What's up, guys? It is I, once again, Joseph Cohen Mason, and today, guys, I was thinking about giving my top 10 favorite movies of 2014, and I know that it's a few months after the new year, like 3 months exactly after the new year, but I don't know, I just want to give you all my top 10 list of favorite movies from last year, my personal picks of favorite movies from last year, which I also consider the best movies from 2014, and hopefully my list will satisfy you all. And I have the list right here because I can't recall all these names one by one. It's hard to remember, but I'll give you the names as I put down on this top 10 list. Before I do, here are some honorable mentions for my top 10 favorite movies of 2014 list. So here we go. Honorable mentions: Godzilla, Maleficent, Guardians of the Galaxy, The Maze Runner, and The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies. Those are my honorable mentions. And here are some movies which I have not seen, but I want to see. You heard me. Movies I have not seen, but I want to see. The Imitation Game, The Drop, Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, Frank, and The Guest. Okay, now here are my top 10 favorite movies of 2014. So here we go. At number 10, we have a tie between John Wick and The Equalizer. This movie, these two movies, John Wick and The Equalizer, are two great action movies I really enjoy, had a lot of fun watching, and they both have badass heroes in Keanu Reeves as John Wick and Denzel Washington as the Equalizer himself. And these movies are so much fun to watch. They're like almost vigilante thrillers, and they're so awesome and so cool and so like exciting, so thrilling. I love these movies a lot. At number 9, we have Edge of Tomorrow. Now, Edge of Tomorrow is a movie which I really had a lot of fun watching, and this movie has just about everything I love in movies, which is a combination of games and like anime and a movie, a sci-fi movie mixed together, giving you an action film that has a badass character in Emily Blunt, who is very awesome in this movie. She is awesome. Also Tom Cruise, who's playing a character that is so unlike him. I mean, Tom Cruise has been known for playing characters which are usually badass heroes in his movies, but in this film he actually plays a character who is a coward and a weasel almost, and I really did hate him until I grew to love him. And both he and Emily Blunt have great chemistry with each other. I like this movie a lot because of their chemistry, because of the movie's sci-fi element and story, because of the gaming aspect of this movie, which is like a game almost, where they die, they respawn, they die, they respawn. And at number 8, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This movie is probably the best Marvel movie from last year. And I know I have mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy, but Guardians of the Galaxy is a movie which I liked. I really enjoy it. I really had a lot of fun watching Guardians of the Galaxy, but Captain America: The Winter Soldier is a better movie in my opinion, because it has a sort of espionage feel to it. It's more of an espionage thriller than it is a superhero movie. And this movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, is by far one of Marvel's best movies, and a hell lot better than Iron Man 3. A lot better. At number 7 we have X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men Days of Future Past I really like a lot. I mean, the film is very well directed, well paced, well acted. The comedy, the drama, the action, it's all meshed very well. The time travel aspect of the movie is so cool. This movie gives new life back to the X-Men and also brings new life back to the characters we grow to love in the past movies, especially after Brett Ratner. He screwed up the X-Men series with the X-Men Last Stand. I didn't hate X-Men Origins Wolverine, but I did think that it was a kind of mediocre movie, which I still enjoyed. But I also feel like this movie, X-Men Days of Future Past, is a big comeback for the X-Men movies and one I'm very proud of. And I really do love this movie. Check it out, X-Men Days of Future Past. Yeah. And at number 6 we have Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This movie is it's a great sci-fi action adventure drama-ish movie. I mean, this movie is a very good movie in terms of action, in terms of adventure, in terms of like science fiction, in terms of like the drama behind every character and their conflict and all that. This movie has a great leading character in Caesar, who's played very well by Andy Serkis, and a great like antagonist in Koba. I really do feel like this movie has a lot of things to offer in terms of science fiction, in terms of action, in terms of all kind of good stuff. At number 5 we have Locke. Locke is by far one of the best movies I've seen by Tom Hardy. He has made a lot of great, he has performed in a lot of great movies where he usually does a lot of voices. He's like an expert, a chameleon with his voices, and he does a lot of like creative, unique voices that are very different from his own, and I really do like his performance in this movie. He played a character who was going through a lot of like problems and issues and a lot of like things that are just tearing his life apart. And Tom Hardy gives a performance which is outstanding. It's very absolutely brilliant, and I really do love him in this movie. He is a masterclass actor, and I do love Tom Hardy, and that's Locke for you. Yeah. At number 4, we have The Raid 2, the best action movie from last year and one of the best action movies I have seen ever. The Raid 2 is an awesome movie that has a badass character in Iko Uwais, who is the next Bruce Lee, and this movie is an action film that combines elements of a thriller, elements of a crime story, and this movie is just so much fun to watch. I love this movie, and you know what? I love Iko Uwais. I love this guy so much. Iko Uwais is the next Bruce Lee. At number 3, we have Whiplash, one of the best, most intense movies from last year, and a movie that has 2 great performances by J.K. Simmons, who is awesome in this movie, and Miles Teller, who is, oh my god, becoming a great actor who I love so much. And J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller have a great back and forth with each other. Them butting heads with each other is just so awesome. It's so intense, so enthralling. I love this movie, guys. At number 2, we have Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu's Birdman, one of the best movies from last year, which I plan to review real soon. I'm going to review this movie real soon. This movie, Birdman, is something I am really inspired by. I love this movie and I also admire it. It's a great art house mainstream film. By that I mean this movie is by far one of the most entertaining art house movies that combines mainstream cinema with art house quality to it, and this movie is just so awesome. I love it. And at number one, finally, we have, at long last, a tie. Yeah, you heard me. A tie between two movies I love so much. Two movies I consider to be the best movies from last year and the best movies from 2014 I love so much, beyond anything else. And they are The Fault in Our Stars and Boyhood. These two movies are something I really do love and appreciate because they both affect me in different ways. The Fault in Our Stars is one of the best love stories I have seen ever, which has two great awesome leading characters performed by Shailene Woodley and Ansel Elgort as Hazel Grace and Augustus Waters. Two characters I love so much. And this movie, The Fault in Our Stars, is by far an awesome movie, which is so sweet, so tender, so loving, so charming. It's heartbreaking at the same time. It's very sad, but I still love it nonetheless. And Boyhood is, to me personally, one of the best movies I have seen ever, and one of the most inspiring movies I have seen that took 12 years to make. 12 years to make this movie, and this film is just so inspiring, so wonderful, so emotional, so heartwarming, and this movie has a character I relate to. It has a great story, great performances, great direction by Richard Linklater, and it has a lot of things I love in movies. This film is a perfect movie in many ways. I love it. It doesn't have much of a story in terms of plot, but it does have a story in terms of characters you relate to, and characters you understand, you sympathize with, and this movie is just so amazing. It's so... Guys, I cried in this movie. I cried so many times watching this movie. It is just a wonderful masterpiece which has to be seen by people. If you are a true movie buff, you have to watch this movie. You have to watch it. And guys, this film is an awesome film I love so much. And even though I love The Fault in Our Stars, Boyhood is probably a better movie than The Fault in Our Stars because how it's a landmark in filmmaking because how long it took to make, and it's also a film which has a great story about growing up, about so many things in life. It's also a movie about life in general, and this film gets a perfect 5 out of 5 stars for me personally because it's such an awesome film which you have to see at some point in your life. You have to see this movie, guys. And that is my number one pick for both The Fault in Our Stars and Boyhood. Well, guys, that's about it. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. Please comment, subscribe if you wish. Till next time, adios, amigos, and au revoir.